Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Great Gibraltar Draft with Hound Dogs, where today we'll be taking on Bayern Munich, one of the teams in our Champions League group. So I'll run you through that and a few of the kind of what's happened for us to get here. We're top of the group, or top of the league, I should say, winning both of our games as well there. So things have been going pretty damn well. Before we do, let's take a look at the exciting stuff, the transfers, what's gone on in the transfer history, that side of things. Not much, to be quite honest. When it comes to it, we've had a few loans, transfers, a few players. We have kind of managed to reduce the squad a little bit, and a few transfers have gone out. So let's take a look. Adel Elhamer has gone out on loan. He'll be back next season. But Masamba and Dai has left us. He's joined Sevilla, of all teams as well, which is quite an interesting move. 24 years old, wasn't going to get in the side with the players we've got in goal, so moved him on. Gennaro Daniels, again, moved back to Holland. He wasn't going to get the game time. He's been pretty decent, but just wasn't that level that we needed for him to really be able to compete for us. We've also sold Vijami Cincialo to Lynx. Again, it was more a case he wasn't going to get the game time, and we've got 4 goalkeepers in the first team, let alone those in the academy and that sort of thing. So plenty of that going on. Lucas Wannenberg has gone to NEC. He wanted to leave because he just wanted to leave. So I wasn't going to hold him back. We've replaced him with, I think, a better player. But yeah, so that's happened. Nothing too much to worry about there. £80,000 for him. Did get both. It's a profit at the end of the day. Dante Casanova, I don't think was ever going to reach the kind of a level we wanted and needed him to. So, especially at the age of 22 now. So we moved him on. He's gone to Chesterfield. Hopefully he'll get some good game time there for 19,000. Jean-Christophe Baerback, we had a discussion. He kind of wanted to go. He wanted to move on to a new challenge. He wasn't going to be at the level that we maybe needed him to be this year as well, after coming in, obviously, in our draft. So it's one of those. He's gone to Ukraine with Minaj for 54,000. He's played a few games for them already. But yeah, he did pretty well for us, especially one season, getting 10 goals and 7 assists in 19 appearances. But otherwise, that's probably pretty limited as to his game time. But otherwise, we did move on Flynn Duffy. He went on a free to Hamilton, and then we lost Gustav Grubb to Spezia, which I wanted to keep. I wanted to keep him, to be honest, as a kind of backup fullback, but he left. He wasn't bothered about our contract. He wanted to join him. Fair enough. But I think we'll be okay in the long run. Now, we did bring in Tim Emmerling. We brought him in on a free at the end of kind of last season and gave him a contract, pre-contract. He's in our under-23s. And we've also signed Juan Jose Soler from Cordoba. 2.7 million we spent on him. But I think he looks very good, especially as a wing-back going forward. He looks great. He's already scored for us in one of our 2 games. I think it was the winner as well in one of them. So very, very good. Some good bravery, determination, some decent pace and acceleration and balance. But otherwise, yeah, good tackling, good marking, works as a player on that left-hand side. And hopefully he can develop as well. At 20 years old, got plenty of time to go. Now, looking at the schedule and how we've kind of got to this stage playing Bayern, we've also got Man United and Lyon in the group. So it's a tough group. Once again, we've kind of been not stitched up, but stitched up because it's going to be hard work. But we got here by beating Glentoran over the 2 legs, 2-1 in both of those. Dirasuba getting 2 in the first leg, and in the second, Saranic and Rangel getting the goals. Ivan Saranic, have I even mentioned him? I don't think I have. Ivan Saranic has also joined us. He joined at the end of last season. £1 million we spent on him from Sporting. And he looks a very good player. Being able to play like in midfield or further forward on the right-hand side as well. He looks very, very nice. Good bit of flair, bit of an exciting player, and one that I definitely recommend keeping an eye on. He's wanted by Sion, but we're not letting him go anywhere because he's a good player for us. Madness. But yeah, with that, we have also signed, thinking about it, we've just showed you him, the likes of Ivan Rangel. I say signed him. He's obviously one of the players that we signed previously, loaned back out. he's been very good for us as well. So definitely a player to keep an eye on. Now, moving forward, we did play Astrana. We beat them 5-0 in the first leg. Second leg, we kind of eased off a bit. Drew 1-0, got through. Then took on Lokomotiv Moscow, which was a bit of a scary one. Pereira Desar did fantastic in the first game. Absolutely run the show. Got a hat-trick. Great stuff. Second leg was a little bit more sketchy with them getting a goal in the 91st minute. But in the end, nothing too much to worry about. We then had Derry. Derry City was the toughest game, which I thought, to be honest, would be one of the easy ones. But no, they caused us some issues. Chibozo getting the goal in the first leg and then getting 2 in the second to kind of level up things up to make sure we go through. 2 wins, one against Europa, Point and Lions in the league. Not comfortable victories, but victories nonetheless. And then obviously today we got Bayern with Lyon, Man United to come as well. So plenty of games to go. Will be interesting to see how we get on. Not sure it's going to be easy, but we shall see. Looking at the academy, under 20, under 18s, which is kind of the idea. We want to make sure start bringing through our own players. No one's really in there. Brandon Stones is probably the only player that has any sort of potential. Some good first touch and technique. Vision's not bad either, with some aggression and composure. So it could be a decent playmaker. But we're certainly going to need some better players to come in if we want to continue to develop that. A few players obviously in our under 23 still as well that will be making sure get some game time. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Club info wise, or club vision and that sort of stuff with the board. I have been trying to request improved facilities and all that sort of thing as we go, which they have been approving of every now and then. We've got the money, 15 million, so I want to spend that before we get to the 15-year mark, which is only 10 years away now, which is when we're going to stop the save and kind of see how we've set them up for the future, but and how the league gets on with all the other clubs. So we'll have to see how it goes. But we've got today's game, which is a big one. It's against Bayern. I'm not expecting us to win. I'm expecting us to get absolutely dicked. So we shall see. We'll take Pereira Desar off, Saranic as well as Romero, and we're going to work with what we've got on the bench. Carrison will bring you on the left-hand side. Chiboza can go on the right, and then up top we'll pop Carroll as you can slot in there quite nicely. Otherwise, we will probably leave it at that with 3 on the bench. Al Diaby in goal, Tayeb, Mbayama and Murray at the back with Soler on the left-hand side. Then Michael, Dirasuba and Rangel in midfield. And Carlson, Chibozo and Carroll up top. Let's jump into it and get this game going. Fingers crossed we can get something from it. Our first time in the Champions League in the group stage, we drew against Liverpool, and you saw that live. So hopefully, again today, we can get something from this. I'm not expecting us to, but if we could perform at least and not get embarrassed, I'll take it. I would take a non-embarrassment because we're not going to be as good as them. We're not going to be at all. So that's going to happen. But 5 minutes in, we haven't conceded just yet. Although saying that, they are on the going forward. Lewandowski playing it around the corners to Sané. Leroy Sané's on goal, but it is blocked and it's out for maybe a corner. No, I think we managed to get a goal kick out of that. So we will happily take that as they come forward again only a couple of minutes later with Sané's ball over the top. But El Diaby does very well and gets on to the end of it. Already looking very promising, absolutely. It's a long ball forward as Knoll isn't going to be able to get there as Lacroix does, as he finds Sané, Goretzka, Musiala, who's obviously a fantastic wonder kid. Singo on this right-hand side, looking to get down to the byline, fires the ball across, but it's defended well by Soler as he clears it out wide. Can Carroll get there? Not quite, as Lacroix is working hard to get onto that one. As we know, Bayern players are super strong. They're like super mutants. It wouldn't surprise me if they've been given the kind of Captain America serum, because you see the kind of development in their athletic ability. And there's the first goal of the game. 10 minutes in, Sané receives the ball over the top and volleys it in off the bar. But we might get away with that one, as it looks like it could be a offside decision. Nope. No, this counted. Lyon has also taken the lead against Man United, but here we go. Kessie's ball over the top, found Sané. None of our players were going with him, and he just volleys it past the keeper, off the bar, absolutely rifles it in. 1-0, 10 minutes in. Can we do something here? As the ball's played over the top, Chibozo's like effectively in on goal here. He looks to chip it. I mean, is this a chance? And he's gone for something inventive. He obviously didn't think he was going to be able to beat the defender, so he went for the long range chip. Not quite what we were looking for, but still works. Davis with that overlap though, using that pace to get to the byline, whips it across. Sané's at the back post, but it's headed clear by Soler, but it will only fall to Singo, who's just going to come down this right-hand side again and fire it across, as he does to find Lewandowski, whose header is over the bar, and we get away with that one. El Tayeb not quite dealing with it at the back post, and Lewandowski was able to get a header on goal. Not quite what they'd want, but hey, we're doing okay. We're not doing too bad. It's the fact that Qarabag is currently drawing with Monaco, and that's the team that we lost to in, I think it was the quarterfinals of the Conference League. I kind of just want to be in the Europa or Conference League because we've got more of a chance of actually getting something from that. But if we can come third in this league, in this group stage, then, you know, it's a possibility. El Diaby, though, with a great save off to the poking it onto the bar. With only 10 minutes to go to half-time, being 1-0 down isn't too bad, although they are coming forward here, and they do get a second before half-time just to make it a bit more comfortable for them, with Robert Lewandowski just tapping it home from a yard out. Not surprising, really. It was a fine finish, wasn't it? It was Singo on the right-hand side, firing it across, and Lewandowski, all he had to do was just tap it in or let it hit him, if anything. But we will get into, hopefully we'll get to halftime. Yeah, there you go. We're at halftime with 2 goals down. Not really expecting anything from the game, especially with the subs we've got on the bench, because our players are knackered, and I probably didn't really measure things properly with kind of game times. But with that said, what can we do now? Let's take El Tayeb off and put Wisdom on it right back. Let's put Harpass on. No, we're not going to put him on just yet, but we will put Fatty on for Soler at left back. Nope. What is going on there? Somehow I've moved a bunch of players. Right? No, we want Carroll on. Yeah. So okay, there you go. So Pelivan will be playing at left back there. He's been developing there, so hopefully he can get some game time. It's more to rest the players that are looking a bit jaded, because we're not gonna, I'm gonna be honest, we're not gonna get anything from this game, are we? We're certainly not gonna be able to do anything, but hey, you never know, they might be able to create something, but it's not likely, as Bayern Munich will come forward again 10 minutes into the second half. A challenge by Rangel does unfortunately fall to Lewandowski, whose ball through finds Serge Gnabry, whose shot goes past the keeper, and it is 3-0. It's his first goal of the season, but I'm sure it won't be his last anyway. Even against us, I don't think it'll be his last, whether he gets another one today or in the next leg, or in the home leg for us. But a challenge, unfortunately, falling to Lewandowski, but a ball through. Andre Wisdom's nowhere near him, as Gnabry fires past the keeper and does make it 3. But we are coming on the attack. It's nice to see us have a bit of the ball, as the ball comes into Coulson, who loses out. But Carroll will receive it again. He's going to drive forward, look for a ball over the top to Coulson, who could get a ball across the box. He does. Chibozo's there. And we can't quite make it count. As the ball comes across, he probably should have scored that, as it was on a plate for him. But hey, we're still creating chances. You got to take the positives from these sort of games, because it's going to be tough no matter what. As Sané will look to take this one, whips it into the box, off the bar as it falls to Kessie, but is cleared by Murray in the end, as we managed to defend that, even if it did look a little bit sketchy at points. Why is Carroll playing left back? I am so confused what is going on here. Let's fix that. I've definitely made Carroll the striker to start with, right? On the sub, went at half. I don't know. Maybe that was a thing. But El Diaby does very well to save that shot from the edge of the box. I don't know quite who struck that, but good save to poke it out for a corner. But we know it will not stop. They will keep on coming. 15 minutes to go. As Mbaidama does well to head that clear, using his height to his advantage. But the ball goes straight out to Gnabry again. He'll take his time, finds it back to Davis, who again looks to come across, but it's well blocked in the end by someone. I don't know who that was. I'm going to say it's Chibozo working back and give him the credit, even though he may not have done. Although he's got a yellow card there, which isn't great, but it fell into the keeper's hands, which was good. But free kick here. This could be number 4 in the 82nd minute as Gnabry. Is he going to shoot or cross? He shoots. El Diaby does match it and pokes it away, but Stiller gets onto that, plays it back across the box to Lewandowski, where El Diaby does well again. He's certainly done well today to keep it at 3-0. If he wasn't there, it definitely would have been more. And if it was a different keeper, you never know. Our players are absolutely exhausted. They've worked very hard. A 3-0 loss. Okay, against Bayern Munich probably isn't actually that bad. Got to take the positives from that one. Man United did end up beating Lyon 3-1 in the end. Bruno Fernandes and Mariba getting the goals there after Zakaria gets sent off. But we have got Lyon next in the group stage. I'm hoping we get something from that, maybe. We'll have to see how we get on. But hey, 3-0 against Bayern isn't as bad as it could have been. Plenty of games to go, though. Along with that, we've obviously got the Cups. We've got Magpies in the Pepe Reyes and Europa FC in the Intermediate League Cup. But are they the wrong way round again? No, that is the first leg this time. So that's good to see. But with that said, we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, I will catch you in the next one.